Hello everyone and welcome to the Mania 7-Key World Cup 2018 semi-finals. Today we're going to be covering Chile versus the Philippines. I am Lusty Platypus and today I am joined with Stupid Man.
Hello, and this is the same duo we had cursing the living hell out of Australia and Germany the last weekend. So we'll see how things go this game. I don't know.
I'm excited.
Yeah, no, me too. And actually, this is a pretty exciting game coming up. I mean, despite it being the very last one of this entire block, and actually a very, very important match as well, since this is in the loser's bracket. Loser this match being eliminated from the tournament outright. Winner actually moved on to the final stage, so still, I think it's going to be really close. We got Chile on the left here, Team Red. At least judging from like their past performances, they're a fairly BMS-oriented team, or a BMS like regular charting style, if you want to word it that way, kind of team. While if you look at the Philippines, they're like really oriented towards LNs. So based on like past performances, this is going to be a really back and forth game. But I mean, judging from like 4Q skill sets, I'm just wondering, since I'm guessing you're more of a 4Q player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like judging from tournaments in the past, like if you were to expect, like if you had like two different teams, like with completely different skill sets, like Team Red here, Chile, like their best skill set is Philippines' worst, but Philippines' best skill set is Chile's worst. Like based on your tournament experience, what would you say? Like what would you expect the outcome to be from there?
It's really, I think it comes down kind of those like back pocket picks, like the SV style picks, and kind of the ones that people don't go for that kind of decide like the breakpoints, and worst case, more so like the tiebreaker, depending on the patterning there. But it's still going to be very close, especially if you have two conflicting skill sets kind of meeting, and especially in later rounds like this where it's a lot more bulkier of a map pool.
Yeah, no, and actually this tiebreaker in particular is like way more dense compared to the rest of the pool, so I'm not really sure who's gonna get the advantage there. But moving into our first warm-up, judging by, well, the difficulty name, I would say this is the Philippines choice. This is definitely a Zenonia chart, and well, those are very heavily LN oriented.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of kind of LN pick, Rice pick, LN pick, Rice pick, kind of back and forth.
I would assume that's where this game's going, but what I'm kind of concerned is like there's a lot more strictly LN, or not, I won't say strictly LN, but there's a lot more like charts with LNs in them in this pool than there are like strictly Rice. So I feel like this might favor the Philippines, but we'll see where this goes. These are actually two-man teams as well, so yeah, we could see, like, depending on how long this game goes for, these players could be totally burnt out by the end of it, not getting any rest whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a factor that we've been talking about quite a bit. The fatigue actually quite relevant now, especially as we come into these harder charts here.
Oh, okay, I'm getting some news here. This is actually Chile's warm-up. That's actually really interesting, then, because... Ooh. Oh, you know what? Okay, so I know Zenonia charts like a lot of LNs, but either A, I'm thinking this is like the more BMS-oriented pick, and that's fine, no big deal. Or maybe this is an LN pick, and they're maybe trying to test the waters to see how Philippines is playing.
Yeah, could be a bit of strategy going on here.
Yeah, earlier today, actually, as I was in the USA-Brazil match, because France actually no-showed against Brazil earlier today, our whole team was like really confused. We were like, "Oh no, we don't have any, maps to look at for Brazil, and we couldn't see the previous results, so we couldn't really pick like that." So we like really thought about what our warm-up was going to be, so we could like figure out how Brazil was playing. So I feel like here Chile could be doing the same thing, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're coming in the first warm-up here for Chile.
I feel like still though, in regards to like being good at LNs, I know Scalum in particular is still fairly good at LNs. I think Gonzalo struggles a bit. Okay, so this is definitely an LN pick here. Actually, Scalum missing. Yeah. First, that's very interesting. But okay, wow, Arco missing in a very easy part too. So this is actually pretty interesting so far.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they're trying to get a bit of information. Unless this was just like the opening, could be, but yeah, it looks like it's just going to be more Ellen focused of the map.
Yeah, these are actually. I'm kind of surprised Gonzalo is doing like as good as he is right now, or maybe Scolin's just kind of having trouble keeping up, which isn't really too much of a problem. But I think judging from like how this map is mapped, like this could probably give Philippines a couple of reads as to like what Chile's good at, you know, what they're bad at. And I mean, especially here, if Philippines maybe just even like looked at the scores afterwards, I feel like they'd be able to pretty easily tell that they'd probably have like an inherent advantage on LN stuff.
Yeah, it could be just Chile kind of testing the waters before they actually go out and pick those LN charts, but I suspect that Philippines might also pick an LN warm-up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised there. It seems pretty consistent with what they've picked so far throughout the tournament as their warm-ups. Actually, this kind of did throw me off because I think for the past couple times Chile's picked like strictly BMS converts. So
yeah, I seem to remember Philippines also picking like maps that have Xenocore as a difficulty as well. So that's like a double throw off.
We're still just about halfway into this chart here, and I mean, Ciela Day really having the run of his life here. I mean, every other player so far combo breaking, and I mean this is a pretty not as dense chart. And okay, I'm off to a great start here, saying that every single other player is CB'd, and then Ciela Day just kind of casually dropping combo there just for me. Besides
it's already starting.
Honestly, I'm like worried about what's gonna happen because I cursed way too many people last week, and I really don't want that to be like the end of the team's run of the tournament here.
This map's actually quite long. Looks like it's closer to like 4 minutes or so.
Yeah, I would assume this is around 4.5 minutes. I mean, that seems to be like the average length of like a Zenonia chart. I think like one of the shortest ones I've seen from him is maybe like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and like those are kind of rare. So I mean, usually if like I guess you see Xenocore, the difficulty is going to be fairly long. But Philippines right now, like they've got such a huge lead.
Yeah, it's going to keep growing.
Yeah, Gonzalo's not even having an S here, and yeah, that one section there is definitely not helping him out at all.
Everyone's having trouble here.
Yeah, this last section is
really complex.
Brutal. I'm kind of wondering because I'm not sure if this is around what the finals map pool difficulty will be like, but it seems around there.
Seeing Ciela Day. I was about to say we're seeing Ciela Day hold a really high combo through that thing as soon as I said it.
Yeah. Totally understandable. I mean, it's already happened at least like what 5-6 times now with the two of us.
Yeah, it's already in effect. It's gonna be another one of those days.
Yeah. I think despite Chile like having that kind of score difference against the Philippines, I don't think that really like says too much about how they're gonna play this map pool because like this chart in particular is so much more dense compared to like what we'd see in the semifinals map pool. So I wouldn't worry too much fire on the Chile side. And this is okay, so this is probably an arc win chart, judging by the difficulty name here. He usually has arc at the end of all of his difficulties, so I'm guessing probably finger independence Allen oriented, maybe some symmetrical patterns, but not too big a deal. So I'm guessing we'll see Philippines take this one too. This isn't. If they do, actually, I don't know. If Chile does take this, I think they could like definitely gain an advantage on this map pool. But we'll see.
Yeah, obviously that LN chart was a tiny bit harder than what we're going to be seeing today in the map pool.
I'm wondering if this is going to be the same though, because I have actually not seen this chart yet. Let's see. Okay, this is about 6 stars. So this, I think, is around semifinals difficulty. So this will probably tell us like a bit more as to like which team's going to do better on certain skill sets.
Alright, well this will be a bit more interesting in terms of maybe strategy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, actually looking at chat too, we see Gonzalo kind of asking CLOD if he's an O2 Jam player or not, because usually those guys are like very well oriented with like LNs and LN patterning, and we saw CLOD have an incredibly good run in the last song there, so definitely a good question to ask, and I mean, I think that answer is not very surprising at all.
Alright, here we go, the moment of truth. Is it LN?
I'd bet quite a fair amount. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, yep, right, there we go. Yeah, I think if this one's a little bit less dense, it'll be a little more interesting and a bit more telling about how this match could go. We're seeing a few drops early.
This actually looks a lot like I forgot the name of it. It ends with May. It's in the map pool. I'll grab the name real quick. Samiyoi no May. There we go. Yeah. This actually looks like a lot like that chart because there's a couple inverse bursts here and there, and actually like Philippines definitely like having really good control over those. Chile not so much. So I don't know. I mean, like if I were Philippines and maybe I had someone able to watch the VOD and kind of tell us how Chile was playing, I would definitely like keep my eyes on these dense LN picks as, you know, my first picks. And I mean, as for Chile, they've kind of established themselves as like a very Rice-oriented team. So I feel like if they started off with a pick, maybe like I would say the Lightness Brightness or maybe TS Love, the Nature of Dying. One of those three would be like very strong for them. But still, like I feel like maybe those three strong. Oh wait. Okay, these SPs are totally killing me out here.
I was just watching them, and I just saw people missing on like really easy like patterns, and I'm like, hang on, what?
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's. Oh man. Okay, wow, that was actually a total curveball. I didn't expect that out of this chart. But yeah, no, like I feel like those three picks that I mentioned earlier for Chile, like they definitely. I feel like Philippines also has like another couple picks that they can definitely trade those with. And like this is just going to be such a back and forth game, or at least that's what I'm predicting. So we'll see what happens here. I'm not going to call a tiebreaker right away, but this is definitely one of those games that has that like small tiebreaker potential. So if that really happens, like that would be totally crazy.
I mean, that tends to happen for teams that are kind of have those conflicting skill sets with LN versus Rice players. Especially if the Rice players have the accuracy advantage, so they can win on the easier Rice picks. It tends to go down to the SV pick, and there's kind of a chance, depending on who's practiced more, that goes to the tiebreaker.
Okay. Well, we got a 20 roll from Scala. That's unfortunate. Looks like Chile's going to be banning first. Oh wait. Okay, yeah, no, they banned first. Got it.
Yeah.
Arquin said unlucky. I'm like, wait, hold on. That was sense. But
you threw us off.
Yeah. If I were Chile, I would just ban whatever like LN pick necessary to ban, and I mean like that's probably their best bet. Or if they really aren't prepared on SVs, I guess Burnt Rice. But we'll see where this goes. I am kind of interested to see. So okay, Samiyoi no Mei. So that's actually good. That's a good ban, I think, because like they just played a chart that is basically the equivalent of Samiyoi no Mei, and well, yeah, Philippines absolutely decimated them. So, and then Philippines banning the Nature of Dying, which I guess is also another good ban, considering Chile is like very, very strong on those BMS style picks.
Yeah, I think this is kind of standard and kind of what we were expecting in terms of bans.
Yeah, and I feel like okay, yeah, this pick is no, definitely a hello reaction. I mean, I guess I'm not like surprised, but at the same time, I feel like Philippines would go for something like LNs, which they're probably way more comfortable with. But hey, let's see. I mean, Philippines, they definitely have to feel confident on this if they're picking this right off the bat. And I feel like Chile, if they haven't banned it, they've got to like have this prepared as well. I doubt that they would just leave this chart ignored and then just not ban it.
Yeah, like if you haven't practiced the SV pick and you leave it open, you're just basically giving a point for free. Like at least with the LN map, there's a chance. It might be a small chance, but if you haven't practiced the SV pick, like there's no chance.
That's true. Yeah. Well, I feel like this is, I guess, a good pick to sort of just get out of the way, so you can really like. If anything, it's probably better that this is played earlier than later, because if it's played later, it's like too unpredictable and too like inconsistent of a pick to really like decide. Okay, maybe we're down like two points, or maybe like the other team is on like match point, and we need to like make a comeback. And you're probably like more likely to win another map, then you may as well like pick that over like this. So definitely an understandable pick from the Philippines, I suppose. Actually, judging from like the first couple sections here, I mean, Chile's got the lead, but there's still a couple of really, really scary slowdowns coming up here.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that everyone's practiced.
Yeah, and
put their time in.
Oh no, Gonza's breaking very quickly there, but Stalin too. I think Philippines should get the lead here.
Now it's just Yellow Day with the full combo, I believe, here.
Yeah, but Arkwin too actually missing earlier, so Chile still actually has a lead here, and I feel like that intro section is personally the hardest part of this chart for me. What comes up here is all about reading. And it seems like all these players are very well versed in Jax, except maybe Stalin and Arkwin, who are breaking quite a bit here, but as long as Gonza keeps up, and especially Stalin here, I mean, they're all building up combo now. This is very, very close. Leads, just right back to Philippines. Oh no.
Cielo missing as well. Now it's on Awkward to hold on the combo here.
Yeah, wow. This is actually so close. Does the lead go back to Chile? No,
it's
but
going back
Stalin's
and
misses. Oh no. Oh, this is way too close.
Chile's edging out a tiny lead here.
There's
still so much map to go.
Crazy. Oh no, wow. Skullum's like dropping a couple 100s here and there, but I think he's got past the majority of the tough roll. Oh, there's one section up here. Is this going to be it? Like, I think it comes down to this, whether or not Chile or Philippines wins. Because the other dense SV section that we saw earlier about the reading, like, that just repeats itself, like, cut and paste at the very end of this chart. So I feel like we'd see the same results there.
Gonzalo missing there. That's not good. That's going to mean that both Philippines players actually have a really high combo, and both Chile players don't have a really high combo at all. And the lead goes towards Philippines just slightly there.
I still think it's too close to call. Like, this is so crazy.
It looks like the accuracy from Chile is what's giving them this slight edge here.
Yeah, especially on Gonza's side, like, he's hitting so perfectly right now. If he can keep this up in this next section coming up here, he should maintain the lead for Chile. But yeah, this is so close.
Ahead of everyone else.
I feel like this just comes down to if anybody on the Philippines misses. The two misses from Chile is probably going to give it to the Philippines coming up right here.
So it's really close.
I think the Philippines is getting it. Oh my god, this is so close.
I mean, Awkward missing. Everyone except for Cielo is missing.
Oh no, those bunch of misses from Chile, I think, might have just lost them this map. I feel like despite this score being so close right now, this is probably the farthest it's been for the entire map. Gauss is missing so much now, and I mean, it's really not much harder for the rest of this chart. And Cielo Day keeping his combo all the way through that dense section is probably what gave Philippines that point there. The question is, can they keep their accuracy up? God's missing there. I don't know if Chile has a chance anymore to keep their win. Oh, it's going to be so close. I don't think Chile's going to get this, so if they do, it'll be an absolute miracle.
Yeah, the score difference is still not that big considering how far into the map we are. It doesn't look like it's going to close,
Looks
though.
Like Philippines has won this. Yeah, this is... Wow. 5,000 points difference, and if anything, it could have been even smaller. That's insane. MVP of that one definitely being Cielo Day, despite having the Actually, lowest accuracy in the entire lobby. That combo just kept him afloat. Only 3 misses compared to everyone else's, which is like 10 or above. That's crazy.
Yeah, really good performance from Cielo Day there. Looks like it probably is the main reason. Oh, Gonzalo's score is actually higher, but definitely that combo is a really big factor into the win there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, despite Gonza having the higher score, like, Cielo Day definitely just, like, he kept the Philippines afloat there. So, I mean, I would say he's kind of that carry that they needed. Not necessarily saying that he carried, of course,
Yeah.
but like, he definitely like showed up that map. But here, I mean, removing lightness brightness, I mean, this is probably like Chile's best first pick, I would say.
Yeah, I think we kind of saw this coming, considering how the other map, its name escapes me, Nature of Dying. I don't know why I couldn't think of it for a second. Yeah, that one was banned, so I think the lightness brightness is just a good opener for them.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I mean, like, I feel like this is definitely going to be like more of a win for Chile, like overall, than like the score gap's going to be much bigger than it was last map. I wouldn't be too surprised if like it was maybe within the 10 to 20,000 tier.
Yeah, we're seeing it quite even at the start here. Slightly in Philippines' favor, I think, but it's going towards Chile ever so slowly. Oh. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, this is like way too early into the map. Like, oh no! Oh, that is devastating. Oh no!
Oh, and another one! No!
Oh, those are gonna hurt them so much. The question is like, yeah, it's just. Well, actually, okay, it's slowly edging out to the left now. Okay, here's the thing. It comes down to the very end of this map here. Like, this is... Because the end of this map is so dense. Compared to the rest of the chart, the question is, can Chile read and can they keep up? Hopefully, they maybe just mind block the beginning and it's nothing more than that. But if the Philippines can keep up, and they can keep up their consistency right now, they technically should have the win just off those couple mistakes from Chile. But really, fingers crossed here for Chile that they can really pull back, because they definitely have the opportunity to. The scores aren't far enough for this to be a shutout match yet.
Ooh, Arquin missing again.
Yeah, I think the lead's slowly going back to Chile here.
Despite the double miss, it looks like the accuracies potentially... Oh! Cielo Day missing! That's going to put the lead to Chile straight away.
This is exactly...
Chile's just holding on.
And that's basically the dense section. There's just one last burst here. Even if Chile misses a lot, I feel like they should still have the lead. Skolum holding on completely fine at the end, and they actually pull out the win here. Wow. That is exactly what Chile needed for the win there. That was... The misses at the beginning there gave me a heart attack.
Yeah. That was very, very worrying that they managed to pull it back in the end there.
Oh, man. No words.
Those are the kind of swing games that I think we're going to be seeing all day today.
Yeah, that was... Even Skolum's surprised at how well he did at the very end there. Definitely an amazing performance from the Chilean side. So moving on to our next pick here. I guess we are doing crystallized? Seems like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Skolum had the wrong scroll speed on the lightness brightness.
And he still managed to FC, I think, the entire dead section.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Okay, well, hopefully he's adjusted it for this map, because this is definitely a lot more like technical and very, very like it requires a lot more focus, and like even memorization on the SVs is just like you need to be on your like most comfortable setup to play this.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, like, because normally SV is kind of normalized to kind of be average to 1 times, but if you're on a different scroll speed, I wonder how that kind of affects like your reading.
Yeah, I mean, like having to read like density on like such a low scroll speed is so it just becomes harder. Like it's inherently harder to do, and like if I mean, like, I guess someone who's like really new to these kind of games would just be like, oh, it's slower, so you have more time to react.
Yeah.
But that's definitely not it at all. And I mean, like, especially on specific dense charts, like, if anything, the spacing between the notes is smaller and it's harder to actually like just read it in general. So like, props to Scotland like for really pulling that kind of score against Philippines on that kind of setup, because that's definitely like what Chile needed. And I mean, they've tied it up. So far, no break points in this game yet, but it looks like that there's potential on Crystallized here.
Yeah, Arkwin was having a bit of trouble in the early bit, but both Chilean players missing there.
Still, this is an incredibly close score lineup so far. See if it changes at all in this first kind of just...
whoa, it's going back and forth so much.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that this would go to the Philippines here. Yeah, okay, I think it does. Because Scotland's missed now, and I mean, nobody on the Filipino side. Oh! Oh my god! Oh, what am I doing? Oh no! Oh.
Well... now Chile has the lead. Just by a bit. Oh, Chilean players! No!
Oh. Man,
okay.
I mean, we both cursed 2 different teams in like a 10-second span. That's unbelievable. Anyways.
It's one of these games again.
Yeah, oh man. This is definitely not the game to be cursing all of these players. Like, this is unbelievable. Still though, scores are very close. I don't think us cursing anybody's like totally decided this. Well, the score is like just barely going to Chile there, but Gonza's miss like basically lost in that. This is so close. Oh my god. Those 2 misses from the Chilean side might be it. Arkwin missing though. The question is, Philippines has to follow up, so will they do it? Silode
is coming in,
going nuts. This score is so close right now.
Oh, Silode missing. Yeah, no one
has be enough though. Scotland's missing so much right now. So is Gonzalo. I feel like the Philippines actually has it here, because this chart's about to come to a close. The lead's getting ever so slightly. Is it bigger or smaller? I can't tell. Oh man,
it's very small. It's not even 10K by the looks.
It's unbelievable, like how close this entire song has been. It's just getting smaller. Just every like
the accuracy from Chile might be edging it out.
4,000
it's like 4K.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's still about the same. I don't think it's gonna close here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like this one's gonna go to the Philippines.
Yeah, this is a Philippines win here by 4,248 points. Oh, that is crazy.
Silode with only 5 misses compared to everyone else who are at least over 15.
Silode again, just unbelievable play. Still though, Chile not afraid to move quickly into their next pick here. I'm guessing Crystallized didn't get to them at all, which is totally understandable. If anything, is what they need for their morale. So moving into VVVVV, or I don't know. I'm not in the loop with the joke here.
VVV.
But, yeah, nevertheless, VVV. Nice. Not not Vertex 3. Or is it well, hold on. There's Vertex 3 and then there's what? Vertex V3 Hello World. I don't know.
There's a lot of V's.
There's a lot of V's. Anyways, this is one of them.
This is 3 V's.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm because the Philippines are good on SVs. The question is, are they good on slow jams? And if they are, they might be able to take this one, which would be the first break point of the game. And if anything, the Philippines could use that momentum to take the win here.
Yeah, we're still waiting to see who takes the first break point, or whether or not it will actually even happen. And whether or not that'll come down to the tiebreaker deciding it. Coming in the start here, we're seeing Chile just take the early lead.
Yeah, but God's taking early leads too. Like, don't think that'll worry them too much since the Philippines is having a bit of trouble on accuracy here. And Arqua missing too. Already training with Gonzlu and Chile having the accuracy advantage. I think they're off to a very good start here.
Ooh, Scala missing though. That means that Cielo Day is the only full combo left.
Oh my god!
What?
Oh no!
Okay, there are no full combos left.
Oh. Alright. I'm sorry.
I can't.
Man, I need to contain myself. That's actually hilarious. Okay. Less hilarious is the fact that Chile's lead is like very, very slowly inching maybe away from them. I can't tell at this point. Gonza missing there. Oh my god, that was so close for Chile. They're with it. Oh! Scotland!
What?
What? Scotland! Why would you do that? Oh my god!
Chile won their pick by 506 points.
That was... The thing is, that could have been like 5,000 points, but Scallum was mashing his keyboard at the end of the map, dropped an LN, and missed the last note. I don't know why he would do that. Because he almost lost the entire map.
Could you imagine if that was like Philippines wins by like 3 points? That would be like...
Oh man.
I'll be like calculated. He's like, yeah, I can drop.
Man. Well, Philippines back in their territory here at the LN pick. Except it's not strictly LN, so I feel like Chile has more of a chance here, but we'll see.
Yeah, it feels like Philippines is kind of slowly easing into those more dense LN style patterns, of course. One of them being banned by Chile, and of course Philippines responding by banning one of the more dense rice picks. We will see how this goes. We did see Chile struggle a bit on the LN, and that's coming to fruition straight away with Gonzalo missing.
Yeah, although I don't think that's too much of a setback here. Lead is honestly probably the biggest it's ever been in this entire 4-song match so far, but still, I mean, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, we're seeing both Chilean players already picking up a miss each, both again at the same time there. Philippines holding on strong for both players as well, though they're definitely in their home territory to LN pick like this.
Yeah, I mean, like, Chile just constantly dropping. Philippines holding on fairly well, though. Nobody comp breaking there when I say that, so it looks like I'm kind of waiting off the curses here. That's good.
Yeah, it looks like we're done.
That's nice. Get a break from the me screaming and all that.
Yeah.
And me coughing myself to death.
Well, this map is actually fairly short, so we're almost done here, and it looks like it's going to be a really convincing win here by the Philippines on this map.
I mean, I don't see the Philippines like losing this at all. This is such a huge lead. Like, even if like someone in the Philippines were to just completely drop like a measure and a half, like I'm sure they'd still be fine.
Yeah, we're seeing them both drop here on their full combos coming towards the end here, but it's not going to be anywhere close to enough. It looks like the score lead's over 100,000. Just closing into about that number now, but I don't think there's any way that Chile can come back from this.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, this should be a really like huge read for Philippines, and they really should be saying, you know, like they've got such a huge lead on this. You know, I mean, Cielo Day with just a 150 there, so his combo break was on an LN release, which is, I mean, just look at his score compared to everyone else's. That's absolutely ridiculous. Both players in the Philippines outplaying both players on the Chilean side. So really impressive scores from both players there. Question is, can Chile respond?
Yeah, this is what we're talking about with the kind of LN style versus the Rice style. We're definitely seeing, though, Chile's picks are actually not quite as convincing as you might as this was, because Philippines is actually quite performing really well.
Yeah, no, they're actually playing very well today. I would think now, like, yeah, if I were Chile, like, I would just keep it to BMS style picks. And really, I mean, since they banned the nature of dying, they've already done lightness brightness. I feel like the best chance they have now is probably on TS Love. Unless they feel good on delay or like really fast streams, then I would say Yozakura. But I'm not sure if that's a really good idea considering like, oh,
ooh,
this is a very rare pick actually. I feel like this gets ignored in like almost every. Actually, how many times has this been picked today?
I'm not too sure,
because this is.
We'll have to get a double check on that one.
Yeah, like this definitely isn't a chart that would get banned, but considering the kind of chart that it is, like it's a lot of streams, it's very fast, it's 260 BPM, and coupled with LMs, like it's absolutely crazy.
Turns out this was actually picked one match other than this, which is actually Italy versus Philippines.
Yeah, and considering that this is the last match of the entire semifinals round, like that's such a huge ignore rate. Like that's I think that goes to just say like how much, like how risky this chart is for a pick. And I feel like maybe Chile is picking it because they saw Philippine scores on it during that Italy match. Yeah, if anything, I feel bad for sorry.
I was going to say, Philippines, though, does have a bit of experience in tournament with this map, so we'll see if that comes into play. Maybe not, but again, anything can kind of happen.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe after, like, I would assume they'd have lost against Italy if Chile really has the confidence to pick this against Philippines here. But still, I mean, this chart really comes down to just one section right in the middle where the BPM picks up and it's like straight 260 BPM streams. And I mean, Chile not looking like they're off to the best start here, but
yeah,
if they're feeling confident enough on speed, then they can really pull back right here. This is that section I'm talking about. And it's...
Ooh,
okay. Cielo Day?
Cielo Day!
Hello?
What?
Okay.
Oh god.
That might have just single-handedly won Philippines that point there, and actually their first break point as well.
This could be actually what decides the outcome of the match if this is the only break point.
Yeah. Oh man.
He's still holding on. What is this?
One small section with bursts less dense, if anything, than the ones in the middle here. Oh my god, what an amazing score. That,
See drops from everyone coming in here except for Cielo Day. Oh, we'll see. What's gonna happen? Oh no! No.
Okay.
right at the end, dropping, but
This
still,
score is ridiculous.
oh,
And it's the
still pretty
score
close
difference
considering.
somehow. Okay, wow.
I think that full combo in that section there was literally what gave him the score that he needed.
Yeah, wow. Okay, I'm just trying to look here because if you look at the 200 counts, Philippines has basically double the amount on the Chilean side. I think it's like worth noting that there's only a 5,000 point difference between those two teams on that chart. So once again, it was still very, very close, despite what seemed like a guaranteed win for the Philippines halfway through. So if anything, like Cielo Day scored his fight, having that one miss at the end and maybe not the best accuracy in the lobby, like he saved the Philippines there.
Yeah, and that is going to give them the breakpoint that they've been looking for. And we're going to see straight into flip side white forces here, which is a very LN focused map. So I'm not too confident for Chile on this pick. And it looks like Philippines is going to be putting a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, if Philippines wins this next point, they've got game point, and they've ensured themselves a tiebreaker, if anything. And I mean, that really, really gives them an advantage here.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good position for Chile. Even if they do win their next pick, if they lose this pick, they're only going to be 3 points to Philippines, 5 points, and then they're in a very difficult situation.
So I guess it is interesting because Cielo Day actually beat his score on the Italy match for Celestial Stinger by about 5,000 points.
Oh,
And that just happened to be the difference between Chile and the Philippines during that Celestial Stinger play. So that was because I mean I think Arquin actually beat his score too by about 2,000. So if anything, I mean that's
ooh.
very, very small improvement from Arquin, and that improvement from Cielo, they kept them afloat. Because if they didn't have that kind of improvement, if they played worse during this game, Chile definitely had a good chance.
Yeah, we're seeing a small lead go towards Philippines in this match here. It looks like it's a bit more shorter as well, so misses are definitely a bit more drastic than they would normally be.
Yeah, I mean, especially because this is an LM pick, like I'm not like too surprised here, but still, like this is one of those charts where it just comes down to the very ending here because it gets dense. It becomes like straight inverse. I mean, we're already seeing here these kind of patterns, and
And
really,
a lot of
Cielo
drop
should
there.
hold on fine. So should Arquin, really. I mean, we already saw that with Towards the Horizon, where they're just holding on completely fine with LNs having such a commanding lead over Chile. And it looks like it's going to happen again here.
Yeah, that kind of lead is already forming again. We saw a few misses on the Chilean side, and Philippines still holding on. And again, seeing the same thing happen, both Chilean players missing. We did
Yeah, I
see
mean,
Cielo Day drop there, but I don't think it's going to matter at all.
yeah, Arquin here coming out with the FC. Very, very strong play. Having a bit of worse accuracy than Sealade. Oh,
Oh,
actually,
no, that was...
oh, that's the thing. I think that happens with Score V2 and Score V2 in the multiplayer client. What happens is that it just cuts it off. Like if a map ends on an LN hold, it'll just cut off the hold entirely. So I would say that counts as an FC. Honestly, like those like four misses or whatever should just be discredit or yeah, just ignore those. Like that was definitely an FC from Arkwin, and that was a very strong one at that too. So I mean, very, very strong from strong play from the Philippines here, and I mean they still have an LN chart to pick from. So they've got a lot of ground to work with here, and I mean they can. I feel like now because it's just Chile has to win an LM pick, and they have to win this too. So we'll see what happens, but I mean, I would assume that Philippines walks away with this one.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, Chile has to win 3 maps in a row, and one of them is going to be an LN pick, and one of them is going to be maybe a map that they're not too confident on, considering how it's the last 2 maps that they had to pick from. So it depends really on kind of what those picks are.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's say hypothetically Chile wins this. and they win the next pick, Philippines brings out, and they bring it up to 4-5. It's in their ground again, but like, what really will they pick from? They would have 2 maps at that point, I believe. They would have probably TS Love and Yozakura. And I would say both of those might even favor them more than this, if anything. So we'll see. I mean, based on how these games have been so far during this match, this can be anyone's. I mean, like, really, this is going to be such a close song right here, but like, when it comes down to how the Philippines is going to pick for their next song, like, I feel like they should honestly just walk away with this.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling like Philippines has a really solid position here, just from that one breakpoint that they got. We did see a few misses there trading. Gonzalo missing just a tiny bit more than Arkwin though. Accuracy is looking about even, so that's giving Philippines a lead of about 1,000 points really early.
Yeah, but like, really, this chart, it stays pretty consistent density throughout the entire chart, but like you said, this is a 1,000 point difference, and I mean, that can say anything really. And there's actually one jack, I think, on key 7 that comes up towards the end of the chart. That could throw anybody off here. We'll just see if someone hits it. Stalin missing there though. Is that going to be
Philippines players are holding really high combos. Gonzalo also holding a high enough combo. Scarlem having trouble building up, and that's going to give a score lead towards Philippines just because of that combo difference. I think. That might actually
I think coming up right around here, there should be something that might throw a lot of players off. I think coming up right now, if someone misses here,
there it is.
Boom, Filipino. Okay, this could be cool.
Oh, it's going to Chile now.
Okay. And did they do it? And they took it. They actually took it.
They did.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Oh man,
that one jack.
The
jack that you told you at the whole game.
There was one jack on key 7, and I just knew because it screwed up so many of my teammates during this tournament. And a lot of people I played against just cannot hit that jack. And it just so happened that Chile could and Philippines couldn't. And they took this point. That's unbelievable.
That one jack just like pulled Chile. Like Chile was like falling off the cliff and it like grabbed their hand and just pulled them back up into this match.
Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, Philippines picking Flower Flag here.
Oh, theoretically, I think we saw this coming.
Yeah, like, this is definitely one of Philippines' bigger picks. And I mean, really, like, I feel like this game, if anything, maybe not decided by this map. Because honestly, like, I would assume Philippines just takes this with ease. But yeah, I feel like this is more decided on that breakpoint that Chile lost. Because that Celestial Stinger pick, I personally think, could have been better. Could have been like well thought out, I feel like, because there's definitely charts I think that Chile's probably better on, but like maybe they're reluctant to pick because they're like too inconsistent. But still, I feel like Celestial Stinger is like, it's a map that a lot of people are like guaranteed to just be inconsistent on. But more so I'd be worried about Chile. So, or if I were on the Chilean team, I'd be worried about ourselves. So like I really like would worry if I were picking Celestial Stinger. But I suppose it was a good attempt from them. But we'll see. And actually, I guess it's worth noting that Flower Flag was banned against Italy when Philippines played against them. So potential hope here. Not entirely sure, but
Arkwin was saying in the lobby that this is his least preferred LN chart out of the whole map pool, which is I think why they avoided picking it in the first place.
That's interesting. Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah, this could be very interesting.
Oh man, alright. Now, I think really here, all eyes on Chile. They have to perform here, and they definitely can. But will they?
Ooh, Gonzalo picking up the first miss there, and Scarlem. And this is something typical that we've been seeing in these LN picks here.
still though, looks like Arquin. Oh, missing there. Yeah. Wow.
I think this is what he was talking about here with these drops.
Yeah, and although, I mean, it was just one combo break, could stack up right around. Yeah, all right. Anyways,
yeah, it could.
Yeah, it could, maybe. But, nah, I mean, like, this is definitely something that stays consistent with patterning. So, like, if you're gonna do bad on this kind of patterning, you'll probably just end up consistently doing bad. And it only gets denser at the very end. So, if anything, I think now, like, Chile has to focus on just hitting the end well, getting their combo up, maybe not so much worrying about accuracy, but just trying to keep that combo alive, because that score V2, like, punishment for missing is so much more worse than it is on score V1, and, like, keeping that combo high is definitely going to help out Chile. So, like, if they can just focus on that, and I mean, Arquin's already missing a couple times here, so we'll see if that actually helps out Chile, because even that missing Scalp, I don't think traded too much with Arquin in particular.
We are seeing the Chilean players actually build up combos here, and it seems like Arquin's just having a bit of trouble getting there, so that could actually come into play if both Chilean players could get the combos above 400 and stay there.
I feel like it's worth noting that Gonzalo does actually have a higher accuracy than Arquin right now, and he's actually, like, not too far away from Cielade. So that's definitely going to be beneficial to Chile if they can actually build up a comeback here. The question is, though, okay, I was actually going to say if Cielade keeps his full combo, and then he immediately breaks.
Yeah, it looks like there is potential here, Chile to take it, but I mean, it almost needs a miracle at this point.
Yeah, like, this is a part where it just builds up in density, or at least in terms of technical patterning, coming up fairly soon here. And I mean, it's just right around here, these releases, and just hitting these patterns correctly without combo breaking is going to be fairly hard for these teams. Gonzalo kind of really showcasing that.
Yeah, we're seeing all the accuracies here drop below that 98% mark, but Cielade holding 98.5, which is a really commanding score here. And honestly, a lot of the part of the lead here is just on Cielade's back.
Yeah, wow. I mean, he's hitting his slow jam totally fine as well. That's crazy. I mean, just look at these scores now. Gonzalo's already dropped below Arquin's accuracy. Scalim's above Gonzalo now, and actually, yeah, this is. I feel like Scalim, at least he's kept very consistent throughout this chart, and he's, like, managed to keep his accuracy around the same. And he's pretty much neck and neck with Arquin now. Problem is, Cielade just outplays everybody else in this lobby by a long shot.
I mean, in a different world where maybe potentially everyone was kind of playing around the same, this could have been a very close match, but it seems like Cielade is just absolutely destroying this map. I think missing only once.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of this match, and actually the end of the semifinals round. Philippines able to move on to the finals in the losers bracket. 6-3 win over Chile. Chile, unfortunately, being eliminated from this tournament. Really, really, really well played, though, from Chile. Like, I mean, just look at their ratios, their Rainbow 300 and Normal 300 ratios. Like, they've definitely had that accuracy going for them. But if you just look at Cielade, I mean, his combo, only 150. I mean, that's unbelievable.
That's insane, yeah.
Yeah, really well played on both sides. And I don't think, me really praising Cielade that much should undermine any of these other players, because they played better than I think the majority of the players, not only in this tournament, but in the semifinals round. So really well played from both teams.
Yeah, I mean, this match could have gone actually any way. We saw so many maps decided by like a few thousand points. Like the first pick, Burnt Rice, could have gone either way. There was a few matches decided by less than 1,000 points as well. But
yeah,
unfortunately, the way that the dice rolled for Chile was not quite enough for them.
Yeah, I mean, just really, I have no words for like how close some of those matches were, especially on VVV, where the game could have ended so much sooner if Scalim like actually dropped any more than he actually did at the very ending. But still, I mean, that was honestly a great game to commentate, great game to really watch.
Yeah, there were some moments.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much more to say than that. We do have the finals map pool actually coming up fairly soon here. I think within the next 5 minutes we should be all prepped with that. So I believe Juan Crystal will be joining me for that, and we'll see us swap out with Lusty.
Yeah, if you want to see lots of notes coming down real fast, stay tuned. Because I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of that.
Yep, so I think Lusty will be signing off pretty soon here. Should see Juan joining very shortly.
I'll be heading off as soon as he joins.
Yep,
and there we go.
Looks like we're in here. I think Juan's finally joined, so I guess everyone give a warm welcome to Juan Crystal joining for the finals map pool here.
Hey! Hello, Ila, or Stupid Man, I will say. Kind of hard to get used to so many names that you had on the past.
Yeah, no, I have definitely changed that quite a few times.
Hey, what a match that was, actually. I was a bit surprised. I will say that I was hoping Chile to win it. Like, they were looking strong before. And they just didn't really manage to pull it out. Philippines really abusing the long nose strength they had.
I feel like Chile definitely could have done some like extra damage as long as they just didn't pick Celestial Stinger there, because I feel like that was like the one pick that just totally decided the game. Because really that all came down to just one break point, because that's all that the Philippines needed.
Yeah, definitely, I agree. But I mean, how could Chile expect Cielo Day to perform such?
Yeah,
that was such a good shape.
Unreal. Like I have no words for the kind of scores he is setting on those LN picks. I haven't seen anything like that, at least today or in the games I played against certain teams. So like that was really, really well played from the Philippines. And I mean, then moving on to the finals, I think they're in the top half of the losers bracket, so they'll be playing.
They're playing Malaysia. Yes,
yeah,
that would be a hard one.
That's definitely going to be really tough for the Philippines. And actually, I kind of want to go over the rest of the upcoming matches here for the finals pool here, because I think we have some really like interesting ones coming in. It's like we mentioned, we already have Malaysia and Philippines there just from the win, or Philippines win. So definitely gonna be an interesting match there. I feel like Malaysia's gonna take that one, but like Philippines, if they can show like their strength on LN charts, they could definitely put a dent in the Malaysian team.
Definitely. I mean, this is a stage where the finals will likely be a stage when Malaysia's second player will start to struggle a little bit. So it's just a matter of how much can Cielo Day match Shiwi and how well can Arwin tank against whoever ends up on the second slot from Malaysia. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like what it comes down to is just, it's going to end up just coming down to preparation here, because these are players that I feel like can definitely be evenly matched in some aspects. Maybe Chiwi, I mean, like him being rank 5 and all.
Yeah,
he's probably going to edge out a lot of the players in that match, but still, I mean, like, there's definitely some opportunities for Philippines to really capitalize against the Malaysian team scores. And I mean, like, judging off their previous picks, they don't seem to, like, pick into LNs first right away, so, like, that could be something that Philippines takes advantage of. And then moving down to the bottom half of the losers bracket, we have Brazil and Singapore, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, that'll be very interesting too. Like, these are...
It's again a long note versus Rise matchup overall. I think Brazil is gonna capitalize out of the long notes, and Singapore will have to hold their ground on Rise.
Yeah, but I mean, like, judging from the finals pool, I'm not really sure if either of these teams will be able to keep up that much. But if anything, if they both aren't able to keep up an equal amount, that'll just make that game even more close.
Yeah. And then, well, of course, we have the winners bracket final. That's gonna be South Korea versus China.
Seed number 1 and 2 of this entire tournament. Can't say I didn't expect those two teams to make it this far in the tournament in those positions.
I mean, they got lucky they didn't face each other before, so there's that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the question isn't who's gonna win. I think the question is, will China be able to take 1 point out of South Korea? I think that's the real question for next weekend, unfortunately.
It's crazy to note that, I mean, China's team this year is, like, I would say worse than it was last year, and Korea's team, if anything, is ever more strong. So, judging from results from last year, I mean, this is probably going to be very heavily one-sided, but still, we'll see. And actually, another thing to note about China is that if they lose this, and I personally expect Malaysia to make it out of the losers bracket up to the third place match, I feel like they're going to definitely give China a lot of trouble as well. So I feel like if there's any games to look out for, it'd be in finals week 2. Because, I mean, that third place match is going to be so tense.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's also something we had to mention, though, that the fact that we have the third place match and the grand final on the same weekend. So we're only having 4 matches. Is it 4 matches? Yes. It's 4 matches next weekend. Yeah. We have both losers bracket matches, the winners bracket matchup, and the 4th place match. So we should be good to go now with the Maple Showcase, though, now that we already went through the matches we're going to have next weekend. So, yeah, let's roll with Tiny Tails Continue.
By Chroma. This is a COD TJR map, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly, but still, I mean, considering it's a COD TJR map, I mean, this is definitely going to be a very, core stream consistency overall pick, and this comes in at a 6.85 star rating, so probably on the lower end for this pool. But considering it's OD8, HP8, this is definitely going to be something that a lot of players are going to have to focus on timing correctly.
Definitely. Although, as the map selectors mentioned here on the notes, this is the consistency pick, and you mentioned it as well. 188 BPM though. It's getting quite fast, I will say, for 70 here, and it's looking quite dense too.
Yeah, and I mean, it's worth noting that a lot of these patterns are kind of they alternate between hands, so you're not exactly maybe in this section you'd be focusing on chord streaming, but earlier in the chart, maybe you'd be hitting keys 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. So it's actually really convenient to hit and time correctly. So if anything, that just makes this more of an accuracy pick, and I think a team especially like Singapore would definitely have no problem with picking right into this, because this is definitely one of those charts that would really give them a huge advantage in this map pool.
Yeah, it looks like those first and 7th columns mini jacks could be a bit tricky. I'll imagine on this stage everyone should be fine hitting it, but teams like Philippines, for example, could struggle a little bit on that, I'll imagine.
Yeah, especially since it's given this is a strictly BMS pick with barely any LNs in here, and I think by this time a lot of the players that are I suppose BMS 1 tricks, if anything, they're so bad at LNs they can't even read them. There's not really many players like that anymore, so I feel any player who's good with consistency should have no problem on this.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, this is strictly the most BMS thing we're gonna see on the pool, most likely.
Well, I'm not gonna do that, but definitely a very, very BMS-oriented chart. But moving into our next pick here, I'll let you take this one.
Oh man, EDM jumpers. This is Camellia feat Nana Hira, which are the 2 artists I dislike the most in this game.
Me too. No worries there.
We have an evening chart here, and he's coming back with a sort of consistency LN chart, although very hard to be honest. Mostly saying consistency because it's a 4 minutes and 40 seconds and 145 APM. Pretty heavy in terms of LN streams, and overall just a very dense map. As you can say, an 8-star beat map usually gets a bit too dense, especially with long nose. They can get pretty overrated.
Yeah, I just like to reiterate the fact that despite LN's heavily inflating star rating in this mode, the star rating is 8.01, and considering the last chart was 6.85, this is a fairly big increase here. But still, these patterns aren't too unfriendly, if anything.
Yeah.
They're fairly, I guess, simple so far, and I
don't want to say straightforward, but because it's a very hard difficulty level, but compared to everything else, they're just visually pleasing at least.
I guess it's worth noting here that Aitor in the replay here is having a bit of trouble on the SVs, and I feel a couple players might trip up on that. They're fairly sight readable, but I would say that if someone's maybe not too prepared on this, And I'm not sure if people will prepare this that much, given the fact that it's 4.5 minutes long. Like, they might have trouble on the SBs here, and that would definitely be understandable, especially on some teams that maybe just don't have the time to practice. Like, I wouldn't be too surprised there.
Well, to be fair, I think most of the techniques that you need on this SVs, like you said, they're pretty sight readable, but the fact that you have mini LNs on top of some of them makes them really challenging to release properly. I think it can take like 1 or 2 tries to remember, but it's something that you could easily forget and drop a lot of a percentage actually. Not too concerned about the combo drops, because I feel that combo drops on this one will be rather common throughout the map, mostly due to the release nature the speed map has overall. But those SBs could chop your accuracy down quite a lot, because they're usually like 5-6 note chords with the LN releases. So if you had like 6 100s or maybe 4 misses or something like that, it can definitely hit your accuracy hard. Look at that, like for example that one we just saw there.
Yeah. Absolutely nuts. I mean, like, honestly, this is definitely one of those charts where it's like, despite it being so long, you'd expect it to be like strictly consistency, but this is not something you can just go autopilot on. Like, you have to stay very focused, especially in this section coming up here with like a couple jacks here and there. Like, it gets pretty technical here, and I mean, like, this isn't something you can just kind of ignore and just play like whatever. And especially there's a small speed up and a couple SBs there, like, that just makes this chart ever so harder.
Sort of a brutal mix, but definitely with the LN focus overall, like, mostly on releases actually. The patterns itself are not like strictly like technical when it comes to LNs, I will say. Like, sure, you have a jacks in between, but it's mostly just releasing them properly. It's just like riffs, I want to call them.
Yeah,
but release riffs.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't use it. I want to say shields, but like, I wouldn't use that term just because, like, usually shields implies like jacks with the releases, and that's kind of not exactly what's happening here. I think in BMS they call them curtains, but anyways, that's probably irrelevant. Still here, I mean, I'm wondering if it gets any more dense in the end here. It seems like it's probably, I mean, judging from this, it's slightly more dense, but probably just cut and paste from what's put in earlier.
Yeah. For the most part, it seems like.
Oh, there's
the SVs are pretty consistent. I mean, like, if you get the SVs down, they're pretty much the same thing throughout the whole map. Like, every single SV is just the same thing, but with slightly pattern modifications.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a bit new here. That's like mostly symmetrical there. Kind of akin to Genryu Kaiko, although I'm not gonna... Well, I'll leave my opinion on that map for another time. But still here, like, yeah, I mean, this is probably the most dense it'll get.
Yeah, that ending can cause some
this is speed
big
up
issues
here?
in terms of accuracy. Yeah, there's actually a minor speed up.
Oh, that's gonna be tough to hit.
That will be a complicated thing to do. I'll imagine. I mean, I'm not so sure really, but a fail could technically happen on there if you're not like really strong when it comes to long note reading.
Yeah. Well, next map here. I don't have too many words for it. I think
I have one. I have one.
Chart.
Hold.
Yeah. Oh man. I actually did help play test this, so I suppose I'll have the more knowledgeable point of view here. This is Hold Angel by Blocko, coming in at OD9, so timing for this is going to be incredibly hard on top of the crazy stream patterns here. This is going to be a technical chart in terms of bursts, mostly single streams and a couple chord jacks here and there. Chord jacks coming up right around now, although they're not the major point of this map here. This is coming in at 300 BPM, so while you saw Celestial Stinger earlier in this map being only 260, this totally blows that chart out of the water. And I mean, the difficulty of this is absolutely insane. Just all these sweeps, all these stairs, like, it's unreal. And it just stays consistent like this. There's a little break section in the middle here, but it just picks right back up in the middle, and if anything, just gets even more dense. So this gets very insane.
Very nasty. I mean, life starts at 600 BPM anyways, right?
Yeah, actually 600 now, because I forgot to mention, the burst in this chart, when you see a stair come by, although it's one of the easier patterns to hit, it's definitely one of the harder ones to time. And since they're actually faster than the rest of the streams, like, I think
oh my lord,
Yeah, the stairs right there that you might have just seen, those are actually 600 BPM quarter note streams. So,
Yeah.
if anything, we might see a bit of mashing coming out. But considering this is OD9, this chart is very against mashing. So I feel like if we see some of that coming out in a
Oh my god, ascending.
yeah, it gets absolutely nuts. This chart is insane. I think I only have like a 96 on this, so this is actually an insane score.
Well, I will say it's pretty smashable though in general. Like that ending, although they looked really, really hard, I think there's a trick there. You can smash it in a proper way and get out with it.
I feel like in another sense though, if you do mash it, you're almost guaranteeing yourself to get a bunch of 200s. And the question is, do you want to risk getting those 200s and a potential combo break? Because that could totally lower your score as well and maybe make you lose to the other team on that. So definitely like an inconsistent pick. But moving into our next song here, I'll let you take it away.
Sakura no Sakanu wa Eiketsu no. You really want me to take the hard names, don't you?
Right, okay, sorry. That was my bad. I should have done that.
Lasers of 17 articles, it's the difficulty name. This is a land map once again, which is an OD6, so a little bit easier to time overall, which makes sense. Usually longer maps have lower ODs. 152 BPM and 3 minutes and 43 seconds of action with 7.66 star rating. So pretty much just an O to jam map. This is an mania map, so I think we have seen maps by him before as warm-ups multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw the Philippines, or actually no, Chile use the Zenonia map as a warm-up here, and I mean, I'm guessing this is going to be a bit easier than what we saw there. This does look like pretty easy to, I wouldn't say easy, but it definitely looks manageable for a 95 or above, so a lot of like crazy streams here, but definitely playable, and especially by these LM strengthened teams, like they're probably gonna have no trouble with this, and this will probably be one of their first picks.
Well, I wouldn't be absolutely surprised if we see this one being banned actually by many teams. Like, it's not particularly strictly harder than some of the long-run picks we're gonna see on this pool, but it has that thing of being long and just being overall hard to be consistently good at it, because the amount of mini LNs that there are around the whole map, it makes it very tricky to hold on consistently into this. Like the amount of times that a non-LN player will end up overholding in a map like this, it's pretty dangerous, and considering how long the map is, it might just be better for some teams to end up banning this, like Singapore for example.
Oh yeah, these releases here actually, if you're watching it right now, are just absolutely nuts. They're so, I wouldn't say they're offbeat, but they're definitely hard to, you know, stay on beat with them. So it's very releases. Tough. I think the silver lining here is that this map is OD6, but the density that comes with it is just ridiculous. Like, it makes this so hard.
You have like 3 layers of longers at pretty much every single moment. So,
yeah, pretty much. Like
very dense.
This is the LN stream, LN release pick, and if anything, I think LN release is just exemplified of this chart.
Oh boy, those ring fingers trails on the longer releases are also pretty harsh to get through them. But again, you can't really compare that to just the high level of density this map has overall. It's ridiculous. Those streams look so hard to manage though.
Yeah, this is actually crazy because, I mean, Aitor, who's in this replay right now, I mean, he's especially known for, like, how very, very strong he is on LNs, but this is something he's getting a 98 on, which, I mean, probably less considering, well, I mean, if the end of this chart gets any worse, and I'm kind of curious now as to how, like, other teams are going to do, because Aitor is a top, I believe, 20 player. So, like, yeah, that's going to be absolutely nuts for a lot of the teams to keep up. And yeah, honestly, like SVs in charts like this, especially like O2 Jam style charts, they'll always have these random teleports that you just have to know for whatever reason. And this map is no exception.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Those mini LNs in the middle.
Despite
I mean, when you add like
go on, sorry.
Yeah, when you add like the rise in the middle of that, it just becomes unreadable for me completely. Like,
yeah,
man,
this is barely 98s here. I mean, that's going to be, I can't imagine what, I'm not even sure how a team like Brazil is going to keep up, because this gets so dense.
I can see KWF starting to struggle with this, definitely.
Yeah. Oh.
Good luck
Alright.
pronouncing this.
I'll take this one. Dualithic, I think. By Gekikara Mania. Mapped by Underjoy, although I believe this is just straight up a BMS convert. So basically there's absolutely nothing to worry about for the first half of this, but when we get towards the end, it kind of shows what kind of chart this is, and it will definitely throw players off. This is coming in at 228 BPM, and it might not look like 228 BPM at first, but well, we'll see in the latter minute of this chart. And OD being 8.5, HP 8.5, and from experience, knowing how dense this chart is at the end, this well, all I gotta say is that this is definitely fail potential for some teams. I can already see that coming right away.
It's funny how a map that has like fail potential, it's so easy on the intro. Like a player can easily 99.8 plus, and then you like suddenly get absolutely stumped by the beat.
Yeah, someone's gonna play test this and just be like, why is this in finals map pool? And then this is
here we go.
So you might think this is where it picks up, but believe me, this is not actually where it's the most dense, and already we see Aitor combo breaking a bit here. And actually, I feel like this is a bit nerfed from the BMS version, which isn't too bad at all, but still, right around at the very end here, it'll just get nuts.
Oh my god. No, please. It's still not that insane yet, but again, the ending is about to take place here.
Yep, here we go.
No.
So this is Dualithic in all of its unnerfed glory. Just shooting double stairs in every kind of possible, just speed chord stream you can ever imagine.
What is how you're doing though?
Yeah, no, this score is nuts actually. Okay, that
99%? Okay.
Yeah, 98.88 on that is nuts. Okay, I need to check this, because on the unnerfed version, I can definitely only get like a 90. Okay, that is that being Ultra, not Mania, so it's the second hardest diff for anybody wondering if they're trying to walk the map pool right now. Not the unnerfed version, so we're all good there, but next song here, mapped by Reba. I'll let you take this one away, Juan.
Oh man, second run is it? Again, I'm taking all the long note picks and you're taking all the rice picks. This is kind of like funny.
Hey, that's fine. You've got the experience with LNs here, alright?
Yeah, that's sort of right. I mean, not particularly on the 7 key, but I mean, I take it.
Good enough.
OD5 here, 192 BPM, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. So once again, another LN release oriented, very nasty. You're gonna see it like just in a moment that the releases on this one, although they might not look particularly tricky, at least at first, they will start to pick up, and like those simple transitions, they look very, very simple, but if you see that the longer releases are so like disjoint or discoordinated, there's no way to really time it properly. It's just like pressing differently. So it can be very tricky. Again, this is just the easiest section of the map, but it will pick up as it goes through. A couple of mini jacks like those one will also be a bit dangerous for some teams, I imagine.
I guess the nice thing here is that this is OD5, so it shouldn't be too bad for timing. But I mean, honestly, like considering that there's still a 99 being held right now, this is not the densest part of the chart. Especially considering this is 7.8 stars, like this is definitely going to pick up.
Yep. It definitely will. Here we go. Look at those releases. They look really innocent, but I feel they are really, really hard.
That is a lot harder to play than it looks. There's like almost alternating between which fingers you have to release correctly on. Oh wow.
It reminds me of Civil Temple, actually. For those
it's almost got the same rhythm too, like the da 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 da. It's actually wow. Okay, yeah, this is pretty nuts.
Like I said, it looks simple structure-wise, but the releases are just so all over the place that it's so tricky to actually release properly. The OD5 definitely helps to make this chart sort of playable, but again, it comes down to being good at releases as well, because if you're not able to keep up with like things like this one, like just being overall consistent when it comes to like calculating the long note lengths instead of just the release timing, that's kind of the trick on this. like if you get the length of the long nose fine, they are all consistent, but it's just that the release timings are all over the place.
Yeah. Well, moving into our next pick here, this is probably a song a lot of people are probably going to recognize from Step Mania, if anything. Actually, background I think is taken from the Step Mania chart as well, but still, this is actually just like its Forky counterpart. OD8, HP8, length of 4 minutes 17 seconds, and just like how its Step Mania counterpart is strictly stamina jump stream, this is going to be stamina chord stream. And considering it's also by COD DJR, I mean, this is actually, considering the difficulty name, I would say this is probably a collab between Kawawa and COD DJR. I guess correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Unlike the first map that we saw being the hardest, or excuse me, the easiest map in the pool, this is going to be the hardest one. And it maintains this kind of density throughout.
It's funny, it's like, get the Step Mania chart here and add 3 columns, done. I mean, structure-wise they're so similar, but I feel that overall dense core streaming and like, especially long charts of core streaming are so much harder to be consistent or good at than on 4-key. Nice 7-key.
That mashing there, yeah. But like, I mean, I think this in particular, like, we're not going to see... So like, earlier on, we saw like fairly consistent density, but like, I think it gets even more dense halfway through. We'll see. I think right after this break section here, we'll see it just non-stop core streaming.
Yep.
And I can actually imagine, like, a team like Singapore, like, they probably will be totally fine on this, and I think this might be one of their picks if they're feeling up for the stamina.
Well, they have to consider the fact that, yes, Singapore is pretty solid when it comes to this kind of picks, but this chart is so dense, and we saw before that Singapore struggled a little bit against China. I think it was on the live full brightness, which was arguably quite dense at the ending, but they are good at accuracy, they're good at rise, but I'm not so sure how well they can maintain like a good level of accuracy or a good level of playing throughout such a long chart and in such a big amount of density. Like, you have like, they're like 4-note cores or 5-note cores like in between each beat, and a lot of like triples as well. So it gets pretty dense, and I don't think this is the denser part either. I mean, if you're following like Step Mania trend on this kind of maps, it can get it has to get absurdly difficult at the ending.
I'm guessing it would stay fairly consistent. Like, the big thing here is like managing your stamina. Like, I feel like if we're looking at the replay here, like Aitor stamina is maybe just starting to give out here, and it's usually around this part in the song. Like, it's pretty, I guess, canon at this point to chart like the densest part of the song here.
Repeat after me, chat. Toot 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 toot.
I think that part's ending right about now, though, and I think it's just a break, and then it should get back into the density.
Yeah, this is literally the last attempt for you to recover a little bit of stamina, but to be fair, it's such a short break that it might even be counterproductive to some players. Like, I have that issue when there's like a stamina map and you have a very short break, it actually ends up being bad for me because I kind of lose the momentum. It could be the same in this one. I feel that though, if you're having stamina issues by that part of the map, you're probably not going to survive that well through this. Because like...
Yeah. I guess another thing, or actually, I'll let you continue this, alright?
No, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, like, 7-key, like, you don't normally see stamina as like a very specific skill set. Like, if you look at 4-key, stamina is like ingrained into the meta. Like, it's a huge part of the meta. But like 7-key, it's mostly, if you see like a core streaming chart, it's maybe like 2 minutes long, and that's about it. So like, this being like a 4-minute almost marathon, like, this is so hard for even Aitor to be holding on right now. So like,
yeah, this ending though is not getting that friendly to watch either. Yeah. Like, the patterns are well more splitted in between, like, not I don't want to say, I don't know how to say it in English, like having a 1-3-5 chord instead of a 1-2-3, for example. Like, anyway,
this song.
Yes, I actually have a story about this one. When I saw this one being selected on the Map Selectors channel, I was like, no way, you're gonna torture me with Love Lie or like what this is. And they're like, yes.
Angel Beats.
No, this is not Angel Beats.
Oh, okay,
this is
well,
Feeding Angel. This is
oh, right, yeah. God, why do I get those? Anyways, see, this is how it pays to just not be a massive weeb. But I digress. Still going into this LN pick here, like
hard to chart, to be honest.
Actually, okay, it's interesting because I think this is kind of like different from what Arquin normally maps. Like he's usually into like symmetrical like chord stream, a couple of LNs, maybe like finger independence. Like here's probably something you normally chart, but like earlier on we see like these weird releases, dense LNs. Like I feel like it's fairly new ground. I mean, I could be completely wrong, and I just barely play Arquin charts in general. But like this is definitely. I mean, I'm surprised that he's gotten a map into finals, because normally a lot of the stuff he charts is like semifinals level. So like this is actually pretty interesting to see.
Oh my god, look at that sort of imbus-ish trill on the outer columns.
I mean, these trills are kind of like reminding me somewhat of a Full Moon Night in round of 16 here, with those kind of trills in the middle section here. Because a lot of this does come down to those trills, really.
It's mainly it's pretty much the main thing of the map, really. Like, sure, you have some pseudo imbus sections there that can and will definitely trip up some players, especially from teams like Singapore and perhaps even China, I will say, to some extent.
Maybe, yeah. I definitely understand that. I mean, like, China in particular, maybe a team that... I mean, I think they're definitely good on density, but, like, I haven't seen LNs from there too much. I could be, like, totally wrong, and they'll totally just, you know, blow me away.
Well, I mean,
performance.
China usually has, like, trump cards that they never really use until it's really needed, and they haven't really needed. They won every single match on a sweep. But in any case, the next one is gonna be Future Cider here. And this is the first sort of SB pick of the map, of the map pool, I wanted to say. And 4 minutes actually, so a pretty mixed oriented choice, but a pretty decent amount of SBs.
It's actually funny. I was told to play test this too. The guy who charted this came into my stream. He's like, "Hey, play my map." I'm like, "All right," and I'm like, "This is pretty good." And now it's in finals, so that's kind of surprising. But yeah, a lot of SVs here. I mean, they're actually like, as long as you just know the song and you know like how the song progresses, it's not too bad. And I feel like this is a fairly well-known song too, so this shouldn't be too bad for a lot of teams. I actually expect this to get picked a bit.
Yeah, we're reaching a point where technical SV as a category isn't a niche anymore, and it's something that is more like consistency overall. So this is definitely a map that I expect to see picked quite often, especially by teams like Korea. Like, Korea will 100% of the times pick this, I'll imagine. Although
Actually,
they still have a couple of points where they can take advantage of. We haven't seen those maps yet, but...
Actually, yeah, I just realized this is the first, I guess, quote-unquote SV map of the pool. Although this is fairly mixed in terms of every kind of skill set, really. But I just want to say, if you guys think, you know, this is...
Oh yeah, if you think this is the hard SV map, you have absolutely no clue.
You're not ready.
I'm so not ready for the last 2 maps that we're gonna see before the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'm actually very, very surprised about the last one, besides the tiebreaker, of course, because, well, I'll leave that till we get there.
Oh, definitely. That's the map that I told you were gonna say, like, what?
Yeah,
remember yesterday?
I looked at it, I'm like, what? This is not the right tournament for that, and then I just look at everything, I'm like, okay, wow, the madman actually did it, but,
He actually did it, yes.
Yeah. Still, though, focus here is on Future Cider. And, I mean, really, like, it's just constantly mixed. Like, this is something you'd maybe expect for a tiebreaker, but I think in this kind of pool, it's just, like, not hard enough for the tiebreaker. So, definitely
I don't think this is hard enough to be tiebreaker of semis, either.
That's true, actually, 'cause this is actually, yeah, this is a bit easier. If anything, it'd be... Because it's just slightly harder than the tiebreaker they use for quarterfinals, even. But that's not to really take away from how hard this chart actually is, especially for this pool. I mean, like, this is probably going to be a safer pick for a lot of teams, but, like, considering, like, how stuttery these SVs are and how dense these patterns can get, like, it's definitely a good pick for this pool.
Actually, I mean, I also believe that this is gonna likely be one of the most big maps, but I don't know if this is gonna be one of the most safest picks overall, because it's pretty much an all-rounder pick. Yes, you don't need a very high level of skill at any particular thing, but you have to be decent at pretty much everything to perform really well on this. So it's a match. It's a map that is safe on its own way, but it's in a weird one, I will say, because it's very hard to call how better you are than other team on this one if you're not an outrunner team. Arguably the starters aren't really that hard, so it mostly comes down to who can hold on to this rise patterns better, because the LNs are there, but they're not really that predominant throughout the whole map.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, when the LNs come in, they definitely, like, play a big part in the chart, but there's definitely sections too where it's, like, just strictly density.
Oh, that slow jam there.
Yeah, that's actually true. Probably will have to do a fair bit of memorization for that.
I like this map. It looks really cool. I usually really like maps that have like those stutter SVs styles, like Perfect Again and Forky.
Oh yeah, nice advertisement.
Yeah, got him.
Anyways, well, moving on to the next chart here, we've got Valhalla by Ankle, and this is coming in at OD8 HP8. But considering it's an ankle chart, and we've seen, I guess, Uncle? I don't know. Maybe I'm pronouncing it totally wrong. Apologies if I am. But anyways, he's charted VVV and Towards the Horizon for semis, and I believe Shanghai Kochakan for quarterfinals. So this is going to be, what I'm assuming is going to be more towards like Shanghai Kochakan, which is like, I believe LN's mixed, maybe like LN streams more so, and maybe like mixed in with some rice. So like fairly, I guess, I wouldn't say expected pick, but definitely like fits that skill set very well. Actually, I guess it's also worth noting that this is an extended mix of this song, so we're coming in at 4 minutes and 23 seconds here, so going to be a fairly long one for people to practice.
I would want to take this moment before it gets actually a bit intense to give a shout out to those mappers that contributed so much to this pool so far. Like Ankle has been one of them. He actually specifically mapped stuff for the Mania World Cup this year, which is amazing. It's always lovely to see that people showing up when we need them. And same thing I want to say for Seal, who's made
he is
the semifinals.
Such a huge effort, like to. I think even Nivrad too.
Yeah, Nivrad, Guy. Those two guys as well did their own parts, even fixing some minor mistakes on Nibrad maps that he already had submitted. So a lot of effort from a lot of people, besides just the map selectors, who have been doing an outstanding job, in my opinion. They have been pretty reliable, pretty consistent, and I think semifinals was probably the best map pool they made so far in the tournament, and this one is looking quite alright, at least in my opinion so far. So we still haven't seen the SB map, so there's still time for that to change in a better or worse way.
Oh man, these LN streams going up here are actually crazy. I would say that this is nothing like Shanghai Kochakan, but still, like, these streams, like, it's not necessarily inverse, although it might have been for a couple moments, but this is really tough to hold on to. I think even these releases are going to be a bit hard for some people.
I think it mostly comes down to breathing, though. Overall, like, this is probably the hardest long note
I've
seen
so
far.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, this is so dense, and compared to, like, other charts, this is definitely, like, the most dense we've seen this whole pool, at least in terms of LNs.
Oh boy. Oh, that is me. That was a cool one.
I guess the nice thing is that, like, this song is fairly predictable, so, like, at least this jumpy rhythm here, like, shouldn't have that SV throw too many players off. Actually, you're getting kind of a break here despite the density. Oh, okay, I might be wrong. Or maybe it's just picking back up here. Oh, what? That speed up was very odd. Okay. Oh, okay.
All right,
That
Uncle.
totally surprised me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Going right into the last break before the map completely starts going into like absurd levels of density.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's only going to get even more dense throughout the end here.
Oh, the coordination for those ones pretty. It was a pretty short pattern though, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, you need sort of a good coordination into this ones. Like keeping up with the long holds in general could be pretty tricky, especially considering that you kind of have to hold on to all the long notes that get released at the same time. So it can get tricky when you have to coordinate two fingers of the same hand in particular.
I feel like another thing to note here is that like this song I think ends with Jax, so I'm wondering how he's decided to map this for this song.
Is
and it's actually very technical at the end here. I wouldn't say fail potential, but definitely like actually drop potential. Like I think somewhere along the lines of like TS Love. Okay, this is insane.
Okay, you think it's not fail potential?
Ah, that. Whoa.
That was an ending.
Oh, that is nuts. Oh, Evening collabed on this. Okay. Wow. That's an impressive shirt. Man. Anyways, I'll let you take this next one away.
Alright, so the next one is the last map we're gonna see by Spoon Guy on the pools, and it's turned down for
Haha, good one.
This is an OD8 HP9, 147 BPM, 3 minutes map overall with actually a fairly low star rating, 6.35. Core string, core jacks, and stamina are the things being tested on this one. And as you can see already on the map, the amount of jacks that are throughout this whole chart are pretty harsh. I will say, oh my god, I love those SVs. Okay. Those SVs were looking pretty fun, although very, very aggressive.
I think it's worth noting that core jacks, like in general, are a skill that, like, if someone is good at core jacks, they will basically just destroy any core jack chart, like, no question about it. But, like, if you're even slightly bad at core jacks and you just can't keep up for, like, 1 second, you start chaining and bad chaining and just, you have this, like, almost snowball effect where you just start, like, playing the entire chart poorly. So, like, especially in a chart like this, there's not too much room to really, like, make up for a rush. So, really, like, I think if a team like actually is not too confident on core jacks, like they definitely just ignore this right away. But if a team is like just prepared for it, like this is definitely going to be like a first pick. I think Korea even might have this as one of their first picks.
Well, I kind of want to say that this map is likely going to be ignored more than what is actually going to be banned or picked. Probably, because I feel it's like it is such a specific map that you don't really want to waste a ban on it. Like usually you want to ban things that are generalized and like hard in many different ways that you're not good at. So when you have something like this that is absurdly specific, because core jacks, although there's a decent amount of people that does well on core jacks, it's still very, very specific. And the map is literally just that. It's just jack after jack after jack throughout 3 minutes of beat map here.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even some of these SVs are actually really tricky to get too. I'd argue that they're maybe even slightly harder than, like, or slightly less sight readable, I should say, than what we've seen in Future Sighter.
Man, this reminds me of Stager a little bit, like this sort of sounds.
I actually need to check. I think it's the same guy who made it. Yeah, it is. Okay, so the guy who made Stager did make this song too. Actually, yeah, because the background is like almost exactly the same too.
Oh man, we can see here Iter starting to struggle a little bit with those core jacks into brace. I guess we can call them that way. Like 3-4 notes chord jacks into like half breaks.
Yeah, I suppose. Like it's just very like technical patterning, even in terms of like chord jacks, which is usually like a very consistent skill set. So like, actually, I am interested to see how like good chord jack players do on this kind of chart. But that'll do it for turn down. Moving into our next chart here. Yeah, actually, definitely my turn to take it, considering I'm on the replay here, so I'm famous. But
good job.
This is gonna be.
Oh, they actually asked you? Oh my god!
Yeah, they actually asked you to. No, it's funny because like we had immediately just lost to Brazil, and so we guys like, hey, Want to do replay? I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. So this was filmed literally 2 hours after I just lost to Brazil, and well, all I gotta say is that the SVs in this are nuts, but it's very akin to Mastermind. If anybody's familiar with that from the 4K pool, like it's very like a lot of these stutters are almost the exact same as that chart, but I think there's one section in the middle that's definitely going to throw a lot of people off.
Oh, they didn't nerf it, right?
Well, they nerfed the readability of it, not the actual patterning. So,
that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's ready for it. Like, I just want to note that I'm holding a 96 in this replay right now, but watch what happens after this middle section. Right here. This spacebar jack is just...
This is just
nasty. I can't hit this for the life of me. It's so hard to time. And even this section here is probably the hardest to read.
This is probably the hardest. Yeah, just reading in general, because you have the anchors on the spacebar, which, yeah, fair enough. They're absurdly difficult just for the sake of keeping up with stutters and really long anchors. But after that, you have like really weird stutters that makes it so hard to read the patterns overall, and the mania lens are not helping at all.
Yeah, the nice thing though is that this ending section is exactly the same as the beginning. So if you're able to really get that first part down, then you basically have the last section of the song down too. So really, I think the big focus of this chart is going to come down to that middle section. And as much as I want to say this is going to get that 100% ban rate because it's a seal chart, I don't want to hold myself to that because I think there might be something worse coming up.
I would love to see South Korea playing this. I want to see Stonians and Jakats doing well on this. But I'm mostly hyped up. I'm mostly hyped up for what's going up just after this. If you think this is complicated, well, it is. I'm not gonna lie. But Ila, stupid man, would you introduce us to the last map before the tiebreaker?
I've got 3 more.
Yeah, there's one more. Okay, there's still, but wait, there's more.
Okay,
there are actually 2 more maps.
Okay, our next chart here, although I still am very familiar with it, is gonna be a Blocko chart actually. Actually 1 second here. Still, that was actually pretty funny when you said there's the last chart. We got 3 more to go. So moving into our next chart here, we got Endymion Coronation difficulty by Blocko. This is gonna be the hardest in that map set. And this is, I believe, coming in at around 7 stars, 7.5 stars here. OG9, so also a fairly hard chart to time. And actually, the map pool notes say chord streaming, but I would say this is more like bracketing, and that's actually going to be very tough for a lot of people to get. I think Aitor in particular is mind blocked on a couple patterns in here, so hopefully that doesn't apply to other people in this tournament, although I'm very sure it might. These double stairs here are absolutely brutal, although Aitor just totally annihilating them. But still going in here, we got a couple jacks, and then it moves in right after this to some... It moves into more jacks, but they're a bit more varied, and there's a lot more notes you have to really get down here. Really technical patterning here, really fast as well, 220 BPM. I mean, this is just... I would say this is like a fairly just well-rounded LN chord streaming pick. So I mean, this is going to be tough for a lot of people, but still, like, it's a good chart for the pool.
It really looks quite brutal. Oh my god,
yeah,
look at that.
Here. I feel like these are some of the most, like, I would say uncomfortable, like, bracketing patterns like that are possible for this game, but I think it's worth noting that the BPM for this is a bit lower than like what we're seeing in... Actually, no, it's higher than what we're seeing in the gate opener. So this is actually the fastest chord stream pick of the pool, which is actually pretty interesting. But still, I mean, like, that just makes this all the more harder. And coming into the end here, which I think is the most like dense chord streaming part of this pool, and a lot of just double stairs back and forth, and a lot of jacks here that... These jacks here are actually very easy to like rush 50s on, so teams like runs on this could be totally decided just by those last jacks there.
Yeah, if the matches are like very, very close, that part would just be the killer. Like, that's the part when everything is gonna get decided.
But yeah, no, that map, although that map being crazy, this next one coming up Probably a
Oh.
fairly recognizable song for a lot of people.
Do we get the ultimate meme of the tournament?
I just find it hilarious that this song got charted. But yeah, Through the Fire and Flames.
Yep, Through the Fire and the Flames. We are Guitar Hero, Legends of Rock once again. Song by Dragon Force, and this is a 9-star map. So, hello. Ah man, I'm having a cold. I cannot laugh like this.
Me too. Oh man. I think it is worth noting though that this is actually, I think this has the highest star rating in the entire pool, coming in at 8.98, which is the next highest. Yeah, the next highest chart in the pool is only like 8.08. So this is essentially 9 stars. This is crazy. I mean, oh, that's interesting. Map pool notes say this map is exactly 10,000 notes. So,
well, I also the ending is meme xddddd. Wow, lol. So
okay,
I don't know.
The ending is actually a huge meme. I don't think anyone's gonna hit it. But
to be fair, as much as this song is a meme, I kind of liked it.
I mean, it's
okay,
like
you can fire me.
I feel like it gets you pumped enough, you know? But like, I don't know. It's Dragon Force.
Imagine you have like a scenario like, I won't say grand finals because that's probably asking for too much, but the match is like 6-5 in favor of one team, and they pick Through the Fire on the Flames for the tiebreaker. And there's like all the hype building up in 8 minutes, and they just lose by.
I can just imagine like all the hype building up when like chat just sees this. Like, man, this is, I don't know. This is kind of like that hype song, you know. But man, I mean, this is honestly, this chart not too bad until you get to the solo, and anything past that is just ridiculous.
Also, I think this is the longest song on the entire tournament so far.
Including every tiebreaker. Oh man, yeah, no. Because this is, what, 7 minutes? 7 minutes, 20 seconds?
20, yep.
I'm still waiting for the, I'm still waiting for this Through the Fire and Flames OC Mania first ever FC. 100%.
Will someone be able to full combo this? Now seriously speaking. The ending is just way too BS.
The ending is way too hard. There's no way. I mean, like, I can't imagine anyone getting through the, I want to say that, yeah. Even like Jakaz, I don't expect to like get through this. But he can prove me wrong. I'm open for that. But still, like,
do we eat a shoe?
do we eat? Yeah, I think I'll pass on the eating a shoe part, but I'll place a bet. Still though, I mean, like, once it gets past to like, I'm trying to like name this section of the song without like using Guitar Hero terminology, because that's like, at least in terms of this song, I'm like more familiar with it. But like, it's like I said earlier, it's not too bad until you get to like the solo section, and then but past that, there's one really dense section at the very end, and then like the very ending is like, it's just this really long continued burst that I think the MP3 of this song in particular has the last riff extended for like doubled. It's doubled in length, so you have to play the exact same pattern, which, mind you, is like hard enough to hit, and then play it like twice the length you normally would on this song. So just be prepared for that when you see it. And I mean, this being just, I'll let you continue, sorry.
No, go. You were talking.
Alright, because like, I mean, this is like gonna be the easier part of the solo, as I was gonna mention. I mean, this is technically not even the solo yet, but still, it's like, it's sort of like a build-up, I suppose.
Oh my god, look at it going. I mean, the map itself isn't as hard throughout the whole thing until you hit, like you said, the solos and the ending. It's pretty much consistency up until that point.
I was gonna say shoutouts to Anthony or Lemon Guy and Shed for wanting to commentate this. I suppose he can give me all the liner notes of this song, since he's played it for years on end, and -1 did. I feel so bad about that. But
Oh
anyways,
my god, those are lands.
Another time. I just want to throw the no that he said when he missed that one note thing. But anyways, that's I suppose irrelevant now.
What if someone
I
actually
should.
plays it with guitar? That would be cool.
That'd be
That wouldn't be a good idea, would it?
So anyways, I would say like going into this next section here, I'd probably call this the ultimate pain challenge, if anything. Like this is gonna be so nuts for people to play. No, I wouldn't say, like actually, I feel like because there was an easier difficulty of this song made.
Yes, it was.
I believe that was originally proposed for semifinals tiebreaker, but like
Correct.
this section was actually charted like so much more like hard and like harder to hit. So actually, this is kind of surprising. I think here's where it gets hard. Like
Oh,
the jacks
those
are
really
gonna be
jacks.
nuts, and then right here the sweeps. Yeah, okay, this is it.
Well, but either just like full combo then, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so I was wrong. I think it's okay, yeah. So everything past here. My bad. I was
it's
thinking
after
of
this.
the easier difficulty. My bad. Because in the easier difficulty, the solo is definitely the hardest part of that song, and maybe like the ending riff. So here comes like one really like dense part in my opinion that. Okay, I was gonna say if I forgot that I'd be like, okay, that's a bit odd.
Okay, here we go. Is this the ending we were looking for?
Yeah, it's actually really easy. It's just the ending riff, I think. I'm actually really surprised. I thought it'd be a lot harder than this, but I suppose not. I think the patterns were like remade to be a lot more comfortable here. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, I guess it makes sense, honestly, though. I mean, yes, you want to make things harder for... Oh. Okay. You want to
actually,
make things
okay,
harder for
this
the
riff right here coming up. This has to be the one.
Go.
There we go.
Oh,
And wait for it.
yes.
Wait for it.
I
And
do full
then-
combos though.
It happens again. It loops again, and it sees it. What?
Wow. He doesn't see that. Nice.
Okay. Well, I think you just put my commentary to shame.
Good
Man.
job, Aito. And
Maybe
Jinji.
just made a really, really hard math look easy. I don't know. Anyways, correction to Jinjin in chat. The
Okay,
next
now I can...
map is
Now I can...
not. Yeah. I'll let you take this one away. This next map is
Okay.
not the tiebreaker, but it is.
Okay.
Oh man.
Remember that cool introduction I did before for Stupid Man to introduce a map? Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The absolute shenanigan. The
Oh,
absolute SV ultimate pick of the tournament. It's gonna be Carry
Oh.
Me Away 7 key SV challenge. And everyone who
wanna,
plays
like-
4 key should know this.
Yeah, like Juan said, this is a 4-key charter making a 7-key map, but he's. What is that? Oh man, I can't even like talk right now because the SVs in this map are just so crazy. Like, this is by far the most memorization that has to be like involved for an SV chart this entire tournament.
I like the map type though. Memorization is not a skill. Good job, man.
Memorization is not.
Look at that.
good
Full
times.
stops into here with a
What?
measure lines trying to sort of define the releases and the hits, but still.
Let's slow down early. What is it?
Yep.
Okay, that was 0 BPM for sure. That is such a troll.
Yep,
Oh,
it was
man.
0 BN tricks with full stops, and you had to memorize exactly which notes to press or just like smash through that, which is doable,
I
but
feel like this background is very misleading. Usually when you see someone have a background like this, the map is very easy, usually TV size and just filled with like LNs and nothing else. So this is, albeit maybe filled with LNs in certain areas, it's definitely not that.
kudos to Spoon Guy playing this though, wow.
I'm surprised he actually pulled this kind of score on it.
Here we go, this is probably the easier part of the map, it's kind of done with the SVs already, but at this point, if you're sort of leading, the game is probably already decided. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see fails on this one, but I will call this to be the 100% ban rate map of the pool.
Yeah, this is probably it. I mean, We already saw earlier with the seal map that's going to give players some trouble, but this chart, this one is going to be, this is the pick for players to screw up on. But that all being said, now we move into the tiebreaker. And all I have to say is we saw the star rating on Through the Fire and Flames being 8.98. This star rating is 10.09. The next map we have is going to be DJ Genki as Graham versus Camellia Ragnarok. Charted by Jinjin, coming in at 5 minutes and 9 seconds, OD7, HP 8. Couple slowdowns here, maybe some SVs in the start, but overall consistent BPM throughout the map. This is I think this is the first time we're seeing a 10-star map, and I could be wrong about that.
I think Catch the Beat was very close. Like they got it mage material at one point, which is like 9.7, I think. So this is a new record, I think.
This is 10.09, and this is when I play tested this earlier today. All I had to say was just the first half, not too bad. Definitely manageable by a lot of teams, but if you look at just the middle section of this is unreal as like how dense it is. It'll throw so many people off. And honestly, it's fail potential. If one of the losers bracket matches goes to tiebreaker, we're gonna see someone fail this. I have no doubt in my mind.
I will say that we might see a team fail from two particular teams, I will call, which are Brazil and Singapore, and they are facing each other. So it might just come down to a survival battle at the end of the day if they happen to go to tiebreaker.
If they went to tiebreaker, I can't imagine who's going to win that. I would honestly assume that it's going to be a last man standing situation, because on my sight read of this, I could not pass it. So I feel like that should be a fair warning to a lot of players in this tournament.
But yeah, this map features a little bit of everything as you will expect on a tiebreaker. Very fast and very dense court stream at paths, bracketing, log nodes, SVs, pretty much everything for 5 minutes and 9 seconds. And the funniest part of this all is that the map was actually mapped in 2 days. What in the heck, Jinjin?
Actually, I guess it is worth noting that Deadlocked, or the CL map, was, I believe, also mapped within that kind of range, or at least within like how many hours it took. I believe it was like 12 to 16, but like, that being said, I don't think it takes away from the quality. If you look at this section here, actually it's funny, when I was reading this, these SVs are so hard to get down. Like, you have to really, really understand that map. If anything, like, if I had to prep this tiebreaker, I would go into the editor and try to pick out those like SVs in particular, because those are going to be so tough. But as we go into the middle section here, a bit of bracketing, a bit of chord stream here. But I mean, a bit of slap there, but here we go into the LNs, and how is he comboing this?
Just ITER.
Just ITER things. Oh man.
My goodness, these longers are disgusting. What in the world?
That's where I would fail. And then got a bit of core jacking here. Couple double stairs, brackets here and there. Bit of slap, and I think we move right back into core jacks and maybe a bit of LN. But it just gets so nuts. And we have a bit of a break here. This is
Messenger 2012 wannabe, sort of.
I've got like,
there.
Yeah, that breaks just to savor the moment of, man, I'm about to get destroyed on this map.
Dude, like, the good thing, or the bad thing actually, on the breaks for maps is that you can actually see the scores displayed on the multiplayer lobby, which means that in that break you will see how close you are to the other team in terms of score difference, and that could affect your nerves very, very harshly.
Yeah, man, I mean, I feel like nerves, like, there's no way you can be nervous when you have to focus on a map as dense as this. I feel like nerves really come in like when something's maybe a bit easy for you to play, so you like kind of lose focus here and there because you're like not really because for a chart like this, you have to maintain 100% focus on it. And I mean, considering nerves, I'm not sure. I mean,
you have to like sort of forget that you're playing a match. You just have to focus on survive this.
To be fair, this is a tiebreaker, so by the time you get to this point anyways, nerves are probably like, before the song even starts, you're probably already just bouncing off the walls.
I would say when it comes to passing a beat map, nerves usually help more than when it hurts. It's just the fact when you're consistent at something and you get nervous, that is when it's starting to be a problem. But I think nerves actually will sort of help you out to outperform or overperform.
It's kind of that adrenaline rush. Yeah, man, this section here is actually like, I'm kind of surprised it's probably one of the easier of the map. But still, actually, I saw someone in chat earlier ask like, "What is slap?" Because I did kind of mention it a couple times. That's kind of like a 2DX term, but like usually it refers to just like if you see if there's like a section where it's kind of like a jump, trill, and 4 key, I guess. So you have like a note on like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, or 5, 6, 7, and you'll like hit those back and forth. But anyways, bit of a slowdown at the very end of this chart here, and I mean, what a chart! Just what a chart! I've got no other words than that.
From 0 to finish, it just does literally everything in an extreme way.
And it's actually very, very well charted too. I'm kind of surprised with the quality of it, considering the amount of time it took. But that's gonna do it for the finals map pool, last map pool of this tournament.
Yeah, it's been a long journey, man. There's still 2 more weekends before the tournament is over, but this is the last showcase. The last map pool we're gonna see feature throughout this tournament. And it's been a fun journey, I have to say. Well done to the map selectors. They put a lot of effort into this and they came up with pretty good pools overall, I will say.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And I'm actually very, very happy with the quality of the finals map pool here. It's really really impressive, I think, and I'm really happy with how this turned out so far.
It really was a pretty good amount of really decent maps. Of course, he had his portion of what you can call it like memes with like carry me over, like and through the fire and the flames, carry me away. I mean, but it's definitely a pretty interesting poll. I'm looking forward for the matches of next weekend, and of course the ones on the grand finals 2 weeks after this one. So I don't know about you, Ila, if you are happy that you actually didn't manage to get into this thing.
I mean, that's kind of the thing, because I'm kind of like happy where it's like, okay, you know, I can kind of relax. I don't have to play through half of these, even though, like, I mean, to be fair, I knew a lot of the charts beforehand just because I kind of just had them anyways, but like, these charts are so hard to play. I just don't know if I would have the decency to really be able to keep up with them. So on one hand, I am kind of happy I got eliminated.
I know that feeling. It happened to me in the past on 4 key World Cups, but at the end of the day, it's always cool to be able to play like on your limits. So, I mean, it's kind of sad. After such an epic match you had with Japan, though, I think you should be happy with how
that result alone was so relieving. Like, I was very happy with it. Like, I feel like that was one of the better matches this entire tournament. So, but yeah, I mean, if anyone in chat wants to check out that match or any previous matches, there's always VODs in the Twitch channel, or there's if you actually go to our wiki link, we should have NP results as well if you just want to see those. I don't know if there's anything else we need to mention. Yep, stats page as well.
The stats command there on chat.
Yep, I guess what else are we missing?
Well, I guess the only really remaining thing we can mention here is the fact that every single piece of information, as you mentioned, will be on the wiki. That includes schedule, map pool for the next round. It should be up tomorrow night, if not earlier. So stay tuned for that. And of course, even though this tournament is already coming to an end, you can still get yourself a banner for your user page if you really want to support the team you want to see winning. And of course, to raise the prize pool for the winners of the tournament. With now 6 teams remaining into this: Singapore, Brazil, China, Malaysia, Chile, and South Korea.
Philippines, not Chile.
Oh, yeah, Philippines, yeah, not Chile. Philippines. This is not script. Okay, you got me. I was trying my best for the South Americans to have more recognitions, but hey, to be fair, that was also a good match. It could have been going everywhere, either way. Yeah, it sort of happens when you're commentating at 2 a.m. Regardless, we have those six teams, Philippines instead of Chile. They will be fighting their way up to top for the top 3 of the tournament, which is going to be decided on the grand finals 2 weeks after this. So thanks everyone who tuned in, and I'll see you on next weekend for more action with finals
See
and
y'all later.
for amazing matches, hopefully. Yeah.